Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the men's pro finals. The 3 seed, Andres Acuna, I believe he's ranked 15, against Sam Murray. This is the men's pro finals. Dean Bear, Matt Miller. Matt, how are you? What's your thoughts here, seeing these two gentlemen play?
Thank you very much for having me. Yes, and hello to you. I am thinking that
Acuna's
Andres is
17.
here.
He's number 17,
17,
on tour,
okay.
And he's playing the number 4 player on tour.
It's difficult. That's a tough mountain to climb, but you know he's done this before. He's won big tournaments before, and he's not intimidated by it. And Sam just got out of a doubles match that was pretty close. Score in the first game didn't indicate that, but
agreed. Welcome everybody into the chat box. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button, hit the share button, put Racquetball on your timeline. Acuna didn't play well in doubles, in his doubles semifinals this morning. The Bredenbeck boys, they really controlled the play. Like I said, the play on the left side was important for me because we know Jake against Jordi Alonso, Jake's going to have the win there. But Sam stepped up and won on the left side battle. And
absolutely.
I thought Andres would play a little more. So I don't know if Andres has enough firepower here to beat a number 4 ranked player on tour, but we're going to see.
Yeah. I mean, it's he certainly isn't intimidated, and he's surprisingly, we talk about the retrievability of a Sam Murray, and Andres is surprisingly resilient himself. That looked real good.
That looked like a flat rollout.
Okay, they're looking back to the people watching.
Yeah, well, there's no line judges here. This is a tier 3.
Okay.
So we have, it's not our referee. It's not the referee system. That is something we are going to address when we have broadcasts. How can we get more stable referee? Look at that wide angle pass. Fantastic.
Back-footed him.
Yeah, that's something that I know that the tour is gonna look to, having a little more consistent referee whenever we have the stream on, so that we're not, a little more planned.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm actually pretty excited to hear some of the changes that are going to be coming about. Not that the product was broken by any means, because it's still the greatest racquetball in the world. But, like any good business, you realize, okay, here's some areas of opportunity for us to improve, and you guys are making the right strides. And look at that. There's a pure guess, and he guessed the wrong way. So just some simple things like that is going to be some much needed improvements, and I'm very interested and excited to see what the future holds. Skip that one in. Andres gets a side out. If I'm following it correctly, it's 0 serves 4. Man, he gets low for that serve.
That's an ace.
Look at that. It's a beautiful serve.
Sam Murray had the arm up, and I don't know if it was just because he said he couldn't make it. It looked good from here.
I think he might have said 2-4. I might have missed it when I was running my yapper. Oh, that's a little loose.
Missed in.
Yep. That was not a point for Andres. I just fixed the scoreboard. Side out. Sam Murray serves 4-2. Got a pretty good sized crowd here for the final.
It actually met my expectations. I expected it to be packed here. You guys in Minnesota are so passionate about racquetball. This event has been nothing but exceptional all weekend, not only from the facility, which we're aware we play here at the U.S. Open a lot of times in Fridley, Minnesota, but the hospitality you guys have, some of the food's homemade, the banquet, you know, everything. It's not a one-person show. This is a team, and it shows. It's really nice.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be done by one person. However, like I've said many times, we do have a kind of our own secret little ace in the hole, and Karen Bredenbeck doing this. But I got to give a hats off to the Minnesota Racquetball Association Board of Directors. They're led by John Olson, and that one looked like it skipped in. Oh, what do we got going here? They're going to give him it. Okay. And John Olson and the rest of the board members, all the efforts they do to help throw something like this. You know, we talked about the crowd here for this singles final. Wait until this doubles final comes up next with the Bredenbeck boys in it.
And to be honest, even though they're the 2 seed, I would believe they are the favorites, given that it's the hometown. And I think they're a little more the experience. That looks like another great serve. That was an ace again. I think that the play of Michael Leduc is going to kind of set the stage on what happens there.
100%.
This is a pretty good analogy in the chat box that Big Canada reminds me of Andy Roberts, a hard flat swing and deceptively fast for a big man. I actually think I'm going to agree with you. I met Andy in Chicago a couple of years ago at one of our tournaments. What a great guy, a big guy. So yeah, I agree with you. And I was waiting for the cue in my ear from Pablo, knowing that he played back in that era. Pablo, do you agree with that assessment, that Sam Murray plays a lot like Andy Roberts for a big guy?
We're not going to tell you what Pablo's answer is, but I think you can guess it.
Look at how fast he runs quick. Look at that little flick of the wrist.
The creativity and the gettability and just the crazy shots that these guys make. I tell you what, it's pretty impressive to see.
We got a ton of Costa Rican flags in the chat box. I'm not surprised. I told you at the IRF event, they were in the house. They were in the chat box. Sergio Acuna is usually watching. Someone does not want to get out of the pool.
No, some little one does not want to leave the swimming pool.
I didn't know if that was the kangaroo or it was like a pig. I wasn't sure what was next in the gym here. Because that was squealing. There was a lot of squealing going on.
Yeah, that little kangaroo you were holding from the Hansen contingent, that's still pretty cool to see that. And, of course, I probably missed a score now. Nope, I missed the side out. So if you think doing this is easy, you got a kid in the background. Sounds like someone just stole their favorite toy and made them get out of the swimming pool at the same time. I'm trying to talk about kangaroos.
And here we got Costa Ricans playing Big Canada.
That's right.
And we're in the USA. We're squished in the middle.
Yep.
Oh, look who's in the house, Mr. Rod Southwood. But more importantly,
Tana, that's right. As long as he brings her.
She's the show.
Five serves 5. Andres getting in that low, squatty serve position.
I can't get that low.
No.
If I get that low, I'm going to be on the ground. I'm not going to get up.
Yeah. It might be an indication why he's got what did I say in the fireside chat the other night, the thickest thighs in racquetball.
But you would think with legs like that, you can't get low.
Yeah.
But he does.
He does.
This is something that I've been watching from Andres Acuna, is what I think he should work on. And if Sergio, if you're in the chat box, Sergio is his brother, and I believe he's watching because he always does. I think Andres needs a better second serve. Sometimes his second serve is not effective. He tries to trick people. He throws like a junk. His high lob is not that effective. I think that's an area of his game that I think he needs improvement on. So I'd be interested to see if Sergio, if you're in the chat box, what your thoughts are. I know that you're very protective of his brother.
Yeah.
Towel Timeout, sponsored by Zurich Foundation. But, you know, whereas someone like Sam Murray does a lot of that stuff well. Serves well, first serves well, his second serves well, his gettability is there.
So, I mean, that's actually a good question. Is that something that comes with a little bit more experience on the tour, that you realize that, hey, you know what, the gimmicky stuff, for lack of a better term, is...
That's what I feel when he's trying to do that second serve. He's trying to trick which side of the court he's going to.
Instead of just working on it, developing a great second serve and going with it.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of the top players, they do a high lob nick, or they'll do a high lob where it really bounces right over the short line, and kind of it's a more of a lofty Alvaro Beltran serve. They can do that to either side. I mean, he's got a phenomenal first serve, you know, but when that's not in, where do you go? You got to go somewhere. So,
correct.
Gabriel Acuna in the chat box. I met so many of these guys from Costa Rica when we were in Guatemala. I want to thank you all for Gerardo Melendez for sending us some stars, and there's a flat rollout.
A little bit of a
Rican.
mini fist pump out of him there, so that he's feeling pretty good about himself right now. He's extended his lead to 2, 7 serves 5.
Great serve.
Wow.
With authority. That was a self fist bump.
Yep.
Telling just and some players need that. You know, where they're telling themselves, okay, you're doing good. You know, you're in the court all alone.
Yep.
Or I don't like to use the word alone. I like to use the word by yourself, because a lot of times players have their coaches right outside.
Wow.
And that's something that I tell.
What a great serve.
And we have a run of points. Points come in bunches sometimes, and as you need to not have these 3-4 point rallies when you're playing. You need to hold your opponent to 1 or 2 point rallies.
And Sam says, "Okay."
And I'm going to hit you there. So, you know, when that was something that I learned from Gary Mazeroff. Believe it or not, he said, you know, the points like to come in bunches, and if you can hold your opponent to the 1s and 2s and not the 3s, 4s, and 5s, you know, you're in the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because 3, 4s, and 5s, you're not in the game.
No. Yeah, it gets away from you real quick. You know, and that's a good point about the strategy, and I'd love to hear from one of the coaches. I know I'm sure we have some watching. Is
at what read that pinch?
Yeah, this is. Look at that! Look at that! That's a great rally. This crowd must think it's Sunday, so they think they got to be quiet like they're in church. But no, it's okay to cheer a little bit too, isn't it?
It is not squash. It's not tennis. Quiet, please.
Yeah. I promise you, this next match, this doubles final, you're going to hear some noise. But getting back to my question,
ace. Go ahead.
That's a pretty good one, right down the line. Getting back to the question, from a coaching perspective, at what point do you let the player try to play through it versus, you know, try to get them to call a timeout? I mean, I have to assume that they go into a match kind of anticipating, okay, if this happens, here's how we want to react. You know, have you ever spoken with Fran about that? Or
yes. Well, first of all, one of the things is you're never going to plan for the negative. You're going to plan for your strengths. You're never going to talk about the negative. So when the negative happens, you try to just correct it with positive reinforcement. That's what I do when I coach a junior. He's at high school nationals. He's in the finals today at 3:30. So if we're done, I'll have that on. And I was talking to him this morning, and it was like, you need to do the things well. You know, yes, you played in the semifinals yesterday. You won, but you had a lot of mistakes. What do you need to do? You need to clean up the mistakes. But from a timeout standpoint, that's a feeling where some players need a timeout at a certain number. You have to know your player. And a lot of these guys, they come to these tournaments, they're by themselves, or they have buddies out there, and that's not a coach. You know, so, but a coach will tell you, they'll be coaching you throughout, so they'll say a timeout, they'll say, they can almost talk to you through the glass without talking to you.
Sure. And we've seen that time and time again. That was a heck of a
when a ball, that was a sidewall front wall rollout. Sam's
Boy,
in
this
trouble
is,
here.
yeah, I was going to say, this is a little bit not according to script, according to Big Canada.
And Murray was up 5-1. And that's another good serve.
Okay, I have to admit, that's the first time I've seen any negative body language from Sam Murray. I mean, he just dropped his head and kind of shook his shoulders a little
working.
bit.
He's going to call a timeout.
Smart.
But I've seen this where Andres has a phenomenal first game. He did it, I think, against Landa a couple times, also against Mario Mercado. And then in game 2, he takes that foot off the gas. We shall see. Game 1, timeout, 5-12 on the Headpen scoreboard. Players will take a break. We will, too. We'll be back right here on IRT Live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Time is in. Sam Murray making his way back on the court. 12-5. This is a 11-point run for Acuna. He was down 5-1. Murray was up, and now the tide has turned. So when we talk about bunches, scores, the points have been calling bunches, and they've been definitely going his way. Can he sustain it?
We'll see. I think the biggest key is Sam Murray's got to get a side out right now. I mean, he has to come out of this timeout with a side out and throw a couple points up at least. Just to kind of maybe settle him down a little bit.
Not going to get a point that way. That's a return. Cannot hit the side wall. Andres is in front of him. When he's hitting that side wall, the ball's staying to the middle of the court. Andres doesn't have to move. He's got to get that ball down the line. It's got to be either down the line or it has to be cross court. But he's got to get Andres out of the front of the court.
Well, I think the other thing he's got to do is get him moving. I mean, again, Sam just got done playing a double semifinal. Andres has been sitting. He's, had time to rest, recover, all that stuff, and he's got to get him moving.
That's a decent second.
There you go. That's exactly what you're talking about earlier. Getting
More
it
down the
there
line.
We go.
You got to get. You can't let. I mean, Andre's serving well, and he's coming out of the service box, and he's able to stand literally in front of the dotted line and shoot his second shot.
Correct.
Can't have that.
Yeah.
You're not going to win.
They're too good for it. They're too good for that kind of stuff. Now, that last one, his pass shot hit, at about the 37-foot. That's a completely different place to hit the sidewall than when you're hitting it, at the service line.
Yeah, you're going to see Sam's going to go to this Z serve, too. This has been working well for him.
Oh, he got him with the sneaky sneak.
Well, Andres likes to jump it, and he's been noted. He was jumping it in doubles against the Bredebeck. He was jumping it earlier in game 1. So point number 6 for Sam Murray. Got to keep you honest.
Yep.
I would have went back to the forehand drive right there. Andres got
really
him
get him
3
guessing.
times over there. Same thing. You gonna do it again? Let's see.
Wow.
From there he can also hit a jam wrap kind of around behind his back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's got to be careful with the dotted line, with the safety
line
over there. That he's not on See,
There we go again.
Yep. It's the same. I mean, that recipe is not working.
Yep.
Game point number 1 for Andres Acuna, 14-6. Tries to go to the forehand, calls it short on himself.
I watched him warming up Friday, and that serve was one that he was working on quite a bit to try to.
And it's not even, that wasn't even a good down the line, but it did not hit the side wall. And so therefore, Andres, he didn't adjust quick enough.
Correct.
Now, I would drive serve the forehand right now, and this should be, if he gets it in, good point. Nope, but he comes to the backhand, and that was a good serve.
7-14 here in the Head Pen scoreboard.
I want to thank all the partners of the IRT, Head Pen, Gearbox, William, Suvant Consulting, that was short. My Pillow, thank you so much for supporting the tour. Zurich Foundation. Set up off the back wall. Cross-court winner, point Sam Murray.
You know, I like that Sam's doing the drive serve right now. He just got out of a doubles match where they clearly were hitting the ball away from him, so he didn't, get that fluidity going and swinging away. He's down big early. Got to do something to kind of get himself going, so maybe go back to just rearing away and ripping. And
very intelligent. 4 quick points for Sam Murray. So we're at 9-14. This could be trouble for Acuna.
Yeah, he's got to get him out now and get off the court.
Murray, the serve is well.
Again, I mean, that's.
What does it start with? It starts with a fantastic serve. Yeah. And a weak return or not even a return right there.
So I mean, again, it gets back to that Sam's kind of flailing away right now, kind of getting the arm loosened up a little bit more and swinging away, and good things are happening.
Short ball, second serve coming up.
Interesting here. Got some confidence with it. Oh.
Yeah, that's what Andres needed. He needed a side out. But, I'm going to even say this out loud, Matt. This is not over yet. He needs a really good serve. I would imagine he's probably going to go to that forehand. He wants to ace and walk off. But Sam's going to read it.
Almost as if you know what you're talking about.
Sometimes. Well, when you watch these guys, you can know their tendencies.
Yep.
And obviously, too, you as a player, you need to guess when they're going to get me on that side.
Well, I was going to go with even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and again, but you can go with the correct interpretation.
Wow, good get. Set up. Good
wow.
Shot. Game 1 in
That's
the books, ladies and gentlemen, 15-10. Acuna takes it. We'll take a break. Be back 2 minutes for the start of Game 2 right here on IRT Live.
I think one of the biggest things about Gearbox is just the quality and the reliability of their product. I know that no matter what I do, whatever product I choose, whatever racket I choose, I'm going to like it no matter what. It's something that's very comforting as a player to have a very consistent product in your hand every single practice session, match, after match. It's just really nice to have. My name is Bobby Horn. Don't make a mistake. Get yourself an M40 right now.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. Retailers, shopping channels, and now even banks have tried canceling myself and MyPillow. Well, during these times, your support has meant everything to us. My employees and I want to personally thank each and every one of you by passing the savings directly onto you. For a limited time, you can get my brand new product, My Slippers, for 50% off. That's the lowest price ever. And remember, My Slippers come with an exclusive 4-layer design. These layers combine to give you amazing comfort and support and help reduce stress on your feet. And with the durable indoor-outdoor sole, you can wear My Slippers anytime, anywhere. I personally guarantee these will be the most comfortable slippers you'll ever own. So go to MyPillow.com now and use the promo code on your screen or call the 1-800 number below to get My Slippers for 50% off, the lowest price in history. And if you do it right now, I'm going to include a free gift with your purchase. Thank you and God bless.
RYDF helped us a lot with almost every tournament with the hotel. That it's one of the expenses. Without them, I don't think I could go to every tournament to play. Well, I love racquetball and I want to be the best. I want to be one of the youngest players to ever win a title or the US Open.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Start of game number 2. Acuna takes game 1, 15-10. Dean Bear with Matt Miller. Matt, real quick, we almost saw Sam Murray climb back into game number 1.
Yeah, it'll be curious to see how he comes out here in game 2. I mean, he got back into it by going with the drive serve and maybe being a little bit more aggressive. He started off, tried to go to the right side there with the drive serve. It, again, hit the sidewall like you were saying. And be curious to see how he comes out here I don't think he wants to try to climb from behind again.
No, Andres is playing, his serve is so well that return is super important. And like I said, it either got to stay wallpaper, it's got to go hit the sidewall and swing and a miss point. Or he's got to do like a wide angle pass or something. He's got to get Acuna out of the front of the court.
Yep, and again, when he was here Friday warming up and practicing, this is a serve. That right side serve was one that he was working on quite a bit.
It's short. Players called it. I don't know if Lee saw that one, but players called it on themselves.
Sure.
Nice guys too, right? These guys that came here.
Oh my gosh! I mean,
this weekend, I should say.
Yeah, the IRT professionals that were here. I mean, they couldn't be more gracious and accommodating. They had so many kids coming up to them, and
you guys got a ton of juniors here. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see. And last night at the banquet, of course, was able to sit with Andres and Jordy at our table and talk to them quite a bit. And I think we found out that those two, along with your esteemed partner, they're not going to get cheated when it comes to the buffet table, are they?
Pablo? Pablo
yes.
Can eat.
Oh, my goodness.
His favorite is to go to Fogo de Chao and make them pay.
Yeah.
Make them pay.
Yeah, exactly.
It's uncommon, but we're hoping to go there tonight, actually. After we pack up. That looked like an ace serve. Ooh, called it short.
Getting a little bit tight in there. A little bit tight in there, banging around a little bit. There he is down in the praying mantis stance or whatever we want to look at that.
Ace over to the forehand. 3. The difference has really been obviously the slower start from Sam Murray and then the really good serves from Acuna.
Correct. Well, he must have saw something coming into this that made him want to practice that serve.
Called the second serve.
There goes little Beckett Hansen walking across the front.
Little dairy farm.
Yeah, you got to be careful. You can't say nothing about the Hansens. Uh-oh.
That was a
What happened there?
Broken
broken ball. I think we had one of these Hall of Fame tournaments several years ago where the entire Hanson contingent came up, and I believe there was like 22 of them between brothers and kids and wives. And
well, they have a they have a racquetball one court just like this on their farm.
Yep.
And we were talking about having a tournament there.
Are you kidding? Oh my goodness, you guys would that'd be a fun time.
I'll tell you what, we're going to have cows, chickens, kangaroos, goats, all in the broadcast booth.
That's right. Ice cream. Some nice, look at that. Did he get on the board there?
Now, is it side out? Or is it a one? I think you're right. I think it's a one. We'll have to see.
We'll see.
And Murray going in the middle of the court. He's going to drive serve.
He's got to do something to get himself back into it and get a little bit of energy up. And oh, look at that.
And look at that. Once again, we're in Fridley, Minnesota. This is an IRT Tier 3. This is the Minnesota Racquetball Hall of Fame Tournament. Is that the official name, Hall of Fame Tournament?
Correct. Yep, it's our Hall of Fame tournament, Minnesota Racquetball Association. It's our season end event, you know, for the points and all that stuff, and it's our Hall of Fame weekend. So it is 0-4. Look at me.
Your season goes until from March to March, or?
Well, typically like most people, summertime we get a lot of players
that shot ace into the corner. Sorry about that, Matt.
That's all right. That's worth interrupting. Like most places, summertime the play is down a little bit. Obviously, living here, humidity and all that stuff, the courts can tend to get a little slick. So our season kind of starts in the September. We usually do a kickoff event before the U.S. Open. I mean, we've been very fortunate to have the U.S. Open here for a number of years. So we'll do a kickoff event and then run it through March.
Nice shot down the line. Sam was waiting for that pinch, never came. Hola. Saludos, Costa Ricans. We have north and south of the border here. Costa Rica's down south. Big Canada's up top. Short serve. This is uncharacteristic for a Murray tournament. He's got a doubles finals. Well, look at that shot.
That's fairly characteristic of him, right?
Absolutely, yeah. He does shoot for the kill all the time.
Sam needs to get a bunch of points here. You talked about points coming in bunches. I really think he needs to do that right now. He needs to. Oh.
Can't get that one. That's point Murray.
Sometimes it's going kind of back to the basics like that. That one, he didn't try to get too fancy. Just hit it low and hard away from him. You know, if he's going to go get it, then
got to keep it a ball away from that sidewall. Like I said before, Acuna is in the middle of the court, and every time that ball hits the sidewall, the trajectory is going right into the middle of the court, and he doesn't have to move.
No.
And those feet are ready. So
it's a plum for him, and he takes care of it.
It's a big diving get from Canada. Set up. Oh, that ball spun out.
He slipped on his own sweat there.
I thought the ball spun out. We're going to have a towel timeout. They're going to wipe that stuff in. So Matt, once again, we're here in Fridley. What's your thought on having the broadcast and an event like this? Has it elevated the event?
Oh, tremendously. It's kind of fun to walk around. So many of our local players, and I've heard from a couple of our sponsors too that talk about the exposure they're getting, the quality of the broadcast, and you and the guy to our left over here, and how well you're doing. As much
Without
as it
him,
pains,
nothing works.
Yeah, as much as it pains me to compliment you, I have to. But
I'm not Terry. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But
No.
it is, and the players really enjoy it. Our everyone from our you go down to our B level, our juniors, all that stuff. C level players, they enjoy seeing the pros. They enjoy seeing you guys do what you do, and it just brings just another level of excitement and ratchets it up that much more.
Back to the action on center court, and it's a flat rollout from Acuna, and that's another point for him.
That actually brings up a question for you. How does a tournament director in another state get an event like this? I mean, what are the steps they need to go to secure something like this?
It used to be very easy, and now we have Pablo in charge. So you need to contact Pablo, and depending on what level, we're going to be coming out with just a bunch of different kind of new levels. And all of the levels of the tiers are the goal of it is to make sure that the players are taken care of, and that's one of the things that's just near and dear to Pablo's heart, and I like it. Is he's very player focused.
Yep.
So you contact Pablo, the IRT, Pablo at irt-tour.com. You can contact me. I can put you in touch with Pablo, and first of all, the dates are important because we have to make sure we don't have any tier ones. We don't want to run 2 tournaments on the same weekend too. It's not conducive for the players. How's that not a screen serve? And then we're going to go by the money. Bad shot by Sam Murray. So both players are frustrated right there. Not the screen serve. So the short answer is contact Pablo. We'll make it happen.
And you keep talking about these, or you've talked about these changes that the IRT is doing with some of the different tiers, or how you're qualifying a tournament. Is that something that the people can expect to hear more information about?
Yeah.
When do you expect to make more formal?
We should have more data coming out. I mean, once we're trying to get that the satellites are structured so that the players know because right now if they go to a tier 4, all the money can go to the winner and nothing to the other ones. So what Pablo wants to do is get it more structured. So at a tier 4, the winner's going to get this, the loser's going to get this, the semifinals are going to get this. So same thing at a tier 3 and a tier 2.
Gotcha.
So that it's more structured, so that as the players see an event, they don't have to ask what the payout is. It's set in stone.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
They know what it's going to take for them to go to an event, where it is, blah, blah, blah. And if we're bringing the broadcast, more of the players are going to want to come.
And that should help participation and to get more events on the schedule too, right?
That's the goal too, is to, if there's an IRT event, that if the event normally has 80 people, and now it's an IRT event, even if it's a lower tier, now hopefully the event's going to have 110. So we're going to elevate the amount of people that come to the tournament.
And look at there I am, sleep at the switch again, getting behind on the score. Now I know it's 8-2.
What a backhand pinch kill shot by Andres Acuna all day. Want to say hi to David Kerr and Culligan Water. Culligan Water is a sponsor of Big Canada right there, and David sponsors the IRT broadcasts at all of our tier 1s. So we appreciate that. Dave, be talking to you next week.
No,
down the
Sam
line.
Slipping. I think it might be a good time for Sam to take a little time out, maybe go grab some of that Culligan water, see if he can't rehydrate a little bit and find some energy. He's just looks like he's got heavy legs in there.
I think he has the energy. I honestly feel like the shots, the serves and the shots. So they're going to call that a screen serve. It's going to send Andres into the
stratosphere.
Yeah, he's going to get angry. No, I think that just Andres' play is elevated. I really don't think it's a negative effect on Sam. I honestly feel like his serves are on, and his kill shots are gone. So decisions he's making are and again, the points are coming at plentiful in buckets because of that first serve has been so phenomenal.
Yeah, you're keeping them on your heels from right from the get-go, and I mean, good things happen from that. You ask any of the top guys, they're going to say that same thing. You know, I really think that if Sam Murray wants a chance to get back in this thing, that's not going to help.
But that round the world was not the right shot.
Yep.
You know, he shot that off the 3 wall, and it was high. You know, he's either got to reset it and make a nice ceiling ball, or let the ball fall and take the actual shot.
The
Hopefully
offensive shot.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure there's people at home talking about, oh, these guys make it sound so easy. From our seat, it is.
It's extremely
you know, but.
Terry, this is an excellent analysis. Damien is he's a very smart guy online. Damien's online. He said, I wonder, and that was a slip of the foot too from Sam. I wonder if the unorthodox doubles match affected his singles play here, and it's quite possible.
Yeah, we talked about that. You know, he got out of his rhythm. That's why I thought him going to a drive serve and just being like even more aggressive than normal to try to recenter himself or ground himself, however the terminology is that you want to use.
Again, he stopped hitting that side wall, and every time he keeps those balls down the lanes, in other words, no pinches, he's either going cross-court, downline, cross-court. Even though Andres is getting them, he's getting Andres tired, and he's making the smartest shot ever.
Yep.
And he's not giving Andres the opportunity to turn offense at all.
Yeah, he needs a bunch of points right now to get back in this. I mean, even just doing, man, they're slipping in there. There you go. There's the hands.
But you see, what was he doing? His every shot was going to side
Correct.
to side to side.
Yeah, that's what we talked about earlier.
The only one that pinched was Andres, and he lost the rally.
Yep, that's what we talked about earlier. He's got to get Andres tired. You know, it's a lot of work to get in his praying mantis style before form or whatever we want to call it, set up before he serves. I mean, you're putting a lot of stress on your legs and stuff. You got to make him work a little bit. Andres calling for the screen there and getting it. 3 serves 10. He's, like I said, Sam's really got to kick it in right now if he wants to get back in this match. He needs a bunch of points. I know I'm stating the obvious, but.
Yeah. Wow, nice diving get right there by Sam Murray. This might be tough against the wall. Look at how he
Did he
reads
get
it.
that thing? Oh, my goodness.
Get that one. And here we are.
Towel timeout.
Absolutely. Sponsored by Zurich Foundation. Mr. Francisco Fajardo, thank you for your support of the IRT, as always. We really want to, before we sign off at the end of our singles, not that we might not go to a tiebreaker, it's quite possible. But we do need to, from the IRT standpoint, we do not only need to recognize again a Minnesota Racquetball committee that puts on this tournament, but we do need to really recognize Karen and Bill Bredenbeck for their fundraising efforts. And the reason the broadcast is here is directly because of Karen. I think someone told her, there's no way you can raise enough money, and then that's okay.
Yeah, yeah, she said,
so,
yeah.
So now this is talking about this is going to be a tier 1. Last night we spoke with the owner of a gym over in St. Cloud, and he wants to have an event similar to this there, a smaller event. That was a good get right there.
Sidewall again.
We're making things happen here. That looked like it was down. And Andres pokes it into the ground. Sam is not happy about that rally as a whole.
Yeah, we got a lot of good things going here in Minnesota. And hopefully some of the other states and organizations can take a cue from this and see how exciting this can be to put something together like this and take advantage of it. But you see all the stickers on the wall. That's the real reason that an event can be pulled off like this. And
Skipped into the ground. That's a divot, Matt.
yep, he's got to go replace the divot up there. That's who we need. That's who the IRT needs is a divot tool sponsor for when that happens. Pitch Fix or somebody like that.
Short ball. Again, these events are a little bit different than our Tier 1s, so there's a lot of matches for a guy like Sam Murray that in a row, and that's just due to, I mean, the schedule. We needed to be out of the gym yesterday. Normally, Saturday night goes to 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and then the matches are a little more spread out. But with the Hall of Fame dinner, we had to be out of here at a certain time. So.
Yeah, and that's a little different for them. The travel, then all of a sudden you shorten their timetable up a little bit, their preparation time between matches, and then, of course, as I stated several times, these guys walking around the gym and everybody wants to talk to them, and they're all have been nothing but accommodating, and that takes a toll on the body too, just on your feet all day.
Sam missed an easy one right there. Let's say hi to Team Dovetail out in the chat box. Kinkin.
A rare
mistake from Murray.
And more. Go ahead, sir.
Acuna is 4 points away from taking this Tier 3 title here, the Hall of Fame. Minnesota Racquetball Championship. Smart reset. Skipped it in. Both players trading Oz.
Yeah, the primal scream.
Those are the Alvaro Beltran Oz. I think, did he crack his racket? Is that a timeout or is that that's an equipment timeout? So that's 30 seconds.
Broken strings? Is that what that was? Okay.
Yep.
He's doing the whole, I can't get my racket out of my bag trick.
Yep.
Oh, what? This one's round. Round grip. Got strings in it. Let's see what it does.
Oh, he's grabbing the broken one again. That's what Rocky would do.
Yeah, and then go.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. He might be the world's best at the Rocky timeouts. We'll call them
the Rocky
dirty
timeouts.
Shoes and the wee kid.
This would be interesting to see okay, so you have to get a new racket, but why do you need to come into the court and start hitting the ball? Look at that ace into the corner. Fantastic spot and great angle on Sam Murray.
He gets a couple dozen more of those, and he'll be right back in this.
Couple dozen.
Yeah.
Right now he needs a half dozen.
Yep.
That's another one. That's fantastic. The ball's into the corner. That's not a screen, Andres. When you see the replay on that, you're going to be angry that you thought it was a screen. So now we're at 7-11 or 6?
I believe it's 6. I went one too many.
Now you go right to the forehand because you had two aces over there. Oh, he's going right back. That's actually the smart serve now that I think about it.
One more, soften him up.
Keep going until he gets it.
A few more body shots, and then.
Wow, that's a fantastic.
Do they get their feet
shot
tangled
down
up
the
on
line.
each other? No, man. Guess what we got?
Towel timeout. So as the players wipe the floor up, once again we can thank the Lifetime Gym here in Ridley. Thank you. We have some sponsors. Culligan Water is one of them. Dovetail, we talked about them. Beast Made, which is the clothing from Jake and Sam Bredenbeck. If you haven't checked out their stuff, check them out online. BeastMadeOfficial.com. They got some really high-end clothes, I have to say. Fritz Bredenbeck from Caldwell Banker.
Yep.
You know, Countryside Carpentry is Bill Bredenbeck.
Yep. Yeah. Great supporters and partners with Minnesota Racquetball. Okay, look at Sam. Sam's going back into, can't get that one though. That one's too good.
Yeah.
He even applauds it.
Another towel timeout. It might be time for them to make Sam change
Yeah,
his shirt. I don't know if they're going to do that right now.
There they go.
Not a timeout. That's an official timeout. When you tell the player you need to change his shirt, because there was too many shots over there, too many dives that are resulting to towel timeouts. And we talk about this, Matt, similar to some people said, how can we cut down on the towel timeout, the floor timeouts? It's physically impossible.
Yeah.
It's a safety thing for these players. And it's not like we're like basketball where they have these people that go in there and they're able to wipe the floor really quick while you're at the other end.
Yeah, exactly.
These guys are diving. Sometimes it's not the shirt. Sometimes it's the shorts.
Correct.
Or a knee pad.
Correct.
That these guys use. So.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, there's no way around it. I mean, player safety's got to be.
It's got to be paramount.
Yep. 12-6. Wow.
So Acuna 3 points away from taking a title.
I don't think we had too many people that would have predicted this before it started.
Wow. Even though it wasn't the right shot, it was absolutely perfect. He pinched with Acuna right in front of him, but he flat rolled it. You're not getting that one.
See if Sam has an answer for him right now.
That's 2 bounces. Again, Sam's serving well. And that's where, when he got those points in bunches before, he was serving well.
Absolutely. He's got to get back on that right now. Crowd is starting to filter in. They know it's getting close to game time. Yep.
Wow, what a return. Shot. I mean, he was on that like white on rice.
Yeah. Dino, what's the star situation doing today?
The stars they're coming in bunches. So for those of you who gave us stars today, thank you. Appreciate that.
How do they do that anyway? I'm not a techie guy, so.
Me neither, but they have to go into Facebook. There's a stars button. Sometimes you have to buy them. So.
All right. So anybody can do it, right?
Anybody watching. If you're in the Facebook chat.
Well, that sounds like the thing to do.
Ow, ow, ow.
Where'd he get him?
Yeah.
On the southbound side? I was busy
Hit him
trying
right on the outdoor.
Right on the outdoor.
Okay, so the question is from Sergio is, in the IRF, the official can ask you to change your shorts. I don't believe we have that in writing. If it's not in our rule book, then it reverts back to USA Racquetball rules, and I don't think changing the shorts is in there. That's something I'd have to take a look at. But that's an excellent question, and hopefully by Chicago I can have an answer for you. Look at that get off the back wall. He's going for the pinch.
Oh, you
That's
don't
the
get
pinch.
that.
You don't get the pinch. It's going to be a replay.
He had everything.
I mean, I know he really wanted the pinch, but, I mean, he's got this.
Yeah, it wasn't the right shot, like you've been saying over and over. That wouldn't have been the right shot anyway.
Yeah, when that ball spun around, I mean, that probably was when Andres' thought that he wanted the pinch, and when he saw Sam's there, he didn't have enough time to really change where he's going to do it. That could hurt, you know, he could skip. So the hold is even though there's other options, the holdup is still, from player safety, and it's not unavoidable. Extremely clear about that.
But to your point earlier, the ref doesn't necessarily have to give him that.
No.
So that's kind of dangerous from that perspective too.
I would find it hard to believe a ref would not give you the safety. Most refs are extremely lenient in there, especially in the amateur side, and that's what a lot of the people are watching. They're amateurs, so
Sure.
we need to talk about them, how they play the game also.
Correct.
So.
Oh, what a serve! What a serve!
We got match point, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first. This is the first one, and we're going to take a timeout from Murray. He'll take a break. We will too. We'll be back right here on IRT Live.
Who passes the flag to William Bell from Birmingham? Give a big round of applause. He'll give it over. From Virginia, Birmingham.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. Match point number 1 for Andres Acuna from Costa Rica, the number 17th ranked player on tour. He's up against Sam, Big Canada Murray, the maple syrup magician. He's number 4 on tour, and I'll tell you, Costa Rica, they're proud of their Andres Acuna, and they support him. And this is a good system. So here you go, match point number 1, Acuna, down low, drive serve.
Oh,
short is the call.
Oh, there's some groans coming from the crowd.
The crowd gasped. Sam Murray said,
I never had a doubt.
Oh, he goes, I want to appeal to the guy sitting over in the guy with who forgot his glasses. Second serve. Set up. Too high. Look at that, hit the side wall again. Skipped it in. Side out. Oh, broken ball.
Pebble.
Someone in the box, in the crowd said, it skipped first. And we just threw a ball and it went AWOL, so we got.
Look at that.
Someone said, "Oh, it skipped before it
yeah.
broke."
Yeah.
So we have we got a replay. So we're still with our first opportunity.
I like that he went for that crack ace to win it, though. I mean, you got a healthy lead.
Because they had a rally, he's got first serve again.
Correct.
So
I'd do the same thing.
Sam has to think about, is he going again? He is.
He did
Sam skipped it in, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 in the books. 15-10, 15-7. Andres Acuna takes the championships. Matt, thank you again for here. The doubles coming up next. You're going to be in the booth. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to be back with Andres Acuna right here on IRT Live.
think one of the biggest things about Gearbox is just the quality and the reliability of their product. I know that no matter what I do, whatever product I choose, whatever racket I choose, I'm going to like it no matter what. It's something that's very comforting as a player to have a very consistent product in your hand every single practice session, match, after match. It's just really nice to have. My name's Bobby Horn. Don't make a mistake. Get yourself an M40 right now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, Tier 3 winner. We're in the Minnesota Hall of Fame Racquetball Tournament. Andres Acuna. First of all, congratulations. You took out Big Canada. That was two tough games. How do you feel?
I'm extremely happy. Really, I'm very happy. This is my first win on a professional event. I have been working a lot, and I think what happened for me in the Worlds helped me a lot. Getting to the final, it really gives me a lot of confidence. And I was talking with my close people, and I told them that I need this. I need to win a tournament. I need to take good wins, and I work a lot. And I have been working a lot after the Worlds, so I'm very happy to see the results.
One of the things you did extremely well today was serve. Is that some of the things you've been working on? It was the drive serve?
Yes, it was, because as IRF changed the rules, I start working a lot on my second serve and on my first serve. The only thing that I work on is to get a higher percentage of first serve, and in these courts I felt really good. I have been working to maybe I get like 15 to 20% higher the first serve, but in these courts I felt very good serving, and that definitely made me the tournament.
Yeah, well, you mentioned the second serve, because that's one of the observations that I had watching you play. As much as I get a chance to watch you play, is a lot of times you try to throw that deceptive kind of half lob serve, and you're unsuccessful at it. Mm-hmm. Are you trying to add some different second serves into your system?
I'm a true believer that every professional you can win a game with just one second serve. You can win with just one first serve. So what I try when I am doing that is I know what is my main serve, and I try to mix it, maybe a relation 3-1, 4-1, 2-1. It depends on who I'm playing, but I need to get better at deceptive serves. I get like 2 double faults, but yeah. I get to get better.
That's what I'm talking about. So you want to say thanks to any of your sponsors out there? There was a lot of people watching from Costa Rica back at home. Sergio, as always.
Of course, I want to say thanks to all my family. My family is my biggest support. I want to say thanks to all the Costa Rican fans that was in there. My sponsors, I just got support by Team Dovetail and Zurich, so that makes me very happy. Also reaching your dream, Olympic Costa Rican Commit. So I'm very happy that all these people is trusting in my work. So I will keep it doing, and I need to do this in a Tier 1 event.
Yeah, well, speaking of not only a Tier 1 event, but having a broadcast and a Tier 3 event here, as a player of the tour, is this a good idea?
Of course. For me, it is twice special, because all my family is asking me what time you play, and I just say these are the times, and you can find it online. So they are also happy. So I know that I am not alone. In the 14th serve, I did call my brother, and I asked him which serve, because I was getting good serve. So I want to know which serve he likes me to serve, and he told me, and he did right.
There you have it, Sergio. Congratulations, Andres Acuna, Tier 3 winner. Next up on the championship court, our doubles finals, we got Canada versus USA. Sam Murray, Michael LeDuc is going to take on these Bredenbeck boys that are warming up now. Congratulations once again. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for doubles coming up next right here on IRT Live.